Hi there and welcome back to Jay's Toy Collection UK. Of course, back with you with more action figure breaking news. So before we get into the video, as ever, if you could hit that like button, leave your thoughts in the comments below. There's lots of toys to talk about today. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and of course tickle that notification bells because live streams will be back next week as we are so close to New York Comic Con. So make sure you got notifications on and find out when I go out live on YouTube next week. But before we get into that, let's head over to all sorts of toy websites because I'm going to do basically a catch-up of what I've missed in sort of the toy news so far this week because there has been a lot. And we're going to go straight over to Mondo Ghostbusters. This just seems to be a very busy week. So I have started my new job this week, so I've been a little busy, but there's still time to talk toys here on a Thursday evening as I record this then. Right, so for the fourth time, we have our fourth Mondo Ghostbuster. So this time it is Ray and Mr. Ghash. Is that how we technically pronounce that there? Bit of a weird name for a ghost indeed, but they are up for pre-order. The Mondo exclusive timed edition 2-pack, $202. So what we've now come to expect is your regular Mondo price of $202 for the 2-packs, and you can order Ray on his own for $101. So I have ordered all three so far. I've literally just received the first one. So the Peter Slimer and Sam Hain came in last week. Haven't actually had time to unbox it yet, but he is here. So our fourth and final Ghostbuster is up, and I'm assuming Janine will be next then. So let's take a look at what you are going to get. And while we're talking Mondo, for those wondering, it's our previous video last week where Adam joined me as we're thinking all things Mondo. He-Man, I stayed strong, everybody. I did not pre-order the Mondo He-Man. I don't think Adam probably stayed as strong as me, but you have to see him hopefully next week when hopefully he can join me live on the channel for some coverage of New York Comic Con because there's gonna be more toys. We're getting in that season now where toys are just hitting. San Diego stuff starts hitting New York. MCM London's at the end of the month, so that's going to be a busy one as well. But let's have a look at Mondo then because I still need to order this one. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. Of course, I'm going to have to pull the trigger on this because I can't have three Ghostbusters in the collection. But do I go for the version singly or the version with the ghost? So what do you get then? So the single version, you get Ray. You get one of the ghosts to say from the intro there as well, and you get the shrunken down version of the ghost monster there. We've got some bunny ears as well from an episode where he must don the bunny ears. Can't say I remember that one off the top of my head, but we do get Stay Puft. So we get our first Stay Puft in the line, the Marshmallow Man himself, but only in a very small version. Come on, Mondo, in the future. Mondo, give us a massive Stay Puft. I'm going to be one very happy action figure collector indeed. So again, in the comments below, let me know, have you picked up the Mondo Ghostbusters? I know a lot of you have, and are you in for this one, regular or deluxe? I think for me, it probably is going to be deluxe as we look at the turnarounds there. You've got the interchangeable belly then, which I'm sure we'll get to in some future. But there you go. Literally the very next image. Look, that's hilarious. So I don't know, he's exposing himself. He's just shown himself off. He's a bit of a flasher and he's shown you his tongue coming out his belly. So yeah, I think he needs to be added to the collection. Of course, the thing of Mondo is the price point. There will be $50 shipping internationally on top of this one. I did check earlier. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. But the US customers, you get free shipping, but you are getting about, I think, a $20 tariff surcharge and your taxes on top. So 8.5 inches for the big one, and you'll be able to complete your Ghostbusters team at some point in probably around 6 to 8 months when this probably actually does ship, because I think it will be a potential while till he actually does release. I think we already had a delay on, I think Egon's been delayed till December now as well, because we just clicked through some of the images. Yeah, a really fun set of figures. Not the cheapest thing you're going to collect in 1/12 scale, but Mondo do usually make quite a good quality action figure, especially when it comes to paint apps and sculpt as well. But it is a timed edition, so you've got a month to make your mind up. Pre-orders don't close on this one until the 30th. So we got to the 30th of October, so you've got 28 more days to decide if that is 1 year after. Don't forget, there is a crowdfund going on in my previous video. If you haven't seen that, Harley Quinn is being crowdfunded from McFarlane. You've got, again, about a similar time frame on that. But we're just going to move on to different websites and have a look. So we go to NECA's Instagram page. And what's the first thing I spy? It is Shredder. It is Train Conductor Shredder there. So I think this is quite fun. This is quite a fun call. This is going to be your New York Comic Con exclusive, or at least your convention exclusive, but NECA don't attend the UK cons, so this will not be coming over to us in the UK. So we're going to have to try and get this on the online sale. When does that happen? They're reading the description, the 9th to the 12th of October. But I think it will just be a pre-order at the con, so I don't think you can actually pick this one up in person at the con. It's just a pre-order. So he does come with these additional set of arms, the closed arms, that will work on the regular version of Shredder if you want him in the crossed arm pose. I imagine this will be about $40 usually, knowing NECA for a turtle figure. But again, that's really going to get you internationally here in the UK, because that's going to be $35 shipping. So that's going to be a $75 figure, absolute minimum, to try and get this one over. But it is one I'd like. The pins do stick out a little bit there. Could have done with the pinless legs, if I'm being honest on this one, because they're not matching the pinstripes of the outfit. So we could have done with a little pinless upgrade when it comes to Shredder. But he will be there available, let's say, to pre-order at least at the con. And there you can see in the image Shredder when you actually interchange the arms over. So quite a few bits of Turtles, I think, from Mondo. The Bebop and Rocksteady, we've seen these before, the Granny and the Baby. They have given more details on these when they will be exclusive available at Target in the US, but that's not a surprise due to NECA's licensing. Usually always seems to be cartoon stuff at Target. We do have more, of course, promo images to look through here. It's a fun little episode. You can look it up probably on YouTube if you haven't seen it, but who doesn't want Bebop and Rocksteady in a nappy? Come on, in a nappy there. Rocksteady in the nappy, getting pushed around by his granny in the pram. Soft goods there. A soft goods skirt is well for Bebop, so you can't argue with that. He's got my grandmother's haircut. I'm sure she's watching this video. Whack him with a handbag. So yeah, it's a very, look at the titties on him. My goodness me, it's quite the set that really Bebop has got the rap going there. Fantastic. My goodness me, I'm getting perving over an old Bebop granny. What is going on? Very tired from the new job, so I'm just talking toys and rambling on YouTube. Hit that like button for me. Don't forget to try and hype the video as well. Swipe across, hit that hype, help YouTube to push it, if you will. If you enjoy me rambling about toys, all different action figures in today's video. So that is those have happened over the last few days. They've also announced a redo of the movie Turtles. So if you haven't got a movie set of Turtles by now, where have you been? Because they've released them so many times now, but this time we're going to get a few more accessories by the looks of it. So these are going to be Walmart exclusives beginning in about 8 days time. I've completely forgotten which version I even have now. Do I have the big box set version? There's so many versions of these Turtles, I've literally lost track. To be getting new head sculpts, I suppose I could read the description, but you can have a look for yourself. So if you don't have a set of Turtles, or you want another set of Turtles, then here you go. And some accessories. So we've had some of these accessories before, like they've released. That flame set comes from that actually comes from Friday the 13th NECA figure, is what that technically I think originally comes from. I think it's been with Splinter actually, isn't it, as well? The marshmallows are new, I think. I don't recall having any marshmallows. They did do an accessory set that I don't have for the movie, so some of these may have been in the movie accessory set. I've definitely got the wax on version there. Fried pork rinds. Got some different version of crisps, I think, in the line. So if you want these, they're going to be coming to Walmart at some point soon. So you can see the layout of what you're getting. And I quite like the Donnie, because I don't have the accessory for Donnie's hat. I know they've done before. I don't have the marshmallows, but I don't want just a random extra Donnie. So we'll see if these can come to the UK, because NECA's UK distribution is all over the place. Actually, if I just quickly turn to props and replicas here, they've just said, and if you're in the UK and you've pre-ordered any NECA stuff, next week it is all coming in. From Monday, all these products on the screen are coming. I've not pre-ordered any, but I do want Leatherhead. I know I'm after a Crying Hound as well, so he needs to be purchased. Granny April needs to be purchased. got to get Casey Marie and the bike as well. That could be quite an expensive time for NECA. So just heads up if you're in the UK and after any of those. Anything else new from NECA? They've just started their horror stuff, but we've seen Michael Myers before. Plenty more of him to come on the channel. We need to get those in. So I think that is it mainly for NECA. So let's jump over to Britannia then, because he's got a few things. Let's go to G.I. Joe, another line that I happen to collect. Many lines collected here at Joe's Toy Collection UK, if you've never seen the channel before. So we got some render reveals as they start ramping up to New York. So we have Lifeline here in the red outfit. Cool, I actually do like the design here on Lifeline. And maybe we got the respirator mask by the looks of it there, and all sorts of bits and bobs that could go with him. So I think he'll be one I would like to add to the G.I. Joe collection. I do like the bright red colours on him. So we're just going to scroll down. Britannia usually has all the stuff covered. So I know there's some more Joes around here. We do have the Mole Rat. This is stage 2 of the infection, like the Energon infection, I think they're going. So you get the original heads, which you see there, but you get this new skull head with the Energon crystals coming out of his face, and a very, very bright colour. So initially I was like, no, I don't need this one. I've literally got the original version just behind me on the shelf. I do kind of like the additional head sculpt, though. I do think that is a fun one. So I think I can pass for now, but I think I do like the bright colours. If you shine a black light on these, I know on the other version they do shine up really well, so I'm sure you get a similar effect on this one as well. And there was one more, wasn't there? So it'll be right down there because it was earlier in the week, 3 days ago now. It seems like a whole lifetime ago. It is Hit and Run then, so we've got a render reveal of Hit and Run in full camo deco. You can't even see him under there, so he's in full green camo deco. So if you need a Hit and Run in all your camo needs, then they've got you covered over at Hasbro, it seems, in G.I. Joe Classified. So McFarlane Toys maybe next. I've talked a lot of Todd recently. I know he's been dropping. Any Mezco fans that I am trying to get out of? The Red Hood has been revealed, I think, since gone up for order. Mezco exclusives. If you want a Mezco Red Hood, then that is there. If any fans of Star Wars, this is on a big back order from Lego, so they do the crossover for the holiday stuff in Black Series, but they're also doing it in Lego now. So if you want a Gingerbread 8080, good luck in the UK, because I think it's on a 60-day back order. And talking Star Wars and Lego, I will be live over at Matt is back in the country. He is alive, so I will be live tomorrow night, probably around 7 p.m. for an hour or so over on Matt's channel. So that's Off by a Stud here on YouTube, and we'll be talking all things £1,000 Death Star because it has been released and he's getting very itchy for a purchase. So you can tune in for an hour or so tomorrow on Friday night for that. We'll just go back to the Red Hood. As I said, a bit all over the place in this one. I'm just trying to catch up as we go through everything. So not the greatest bundle of accessories when it comes to Mezco here. Just a few different pistols and the rifle and a couple of crowbars. Cool Jason Todd Red Hood and a shiny red helmet. So as we scroll up here, another new figure for the One Piece line there. So he's got some fantastic effects, and look at those bird feet. I haven't got that far in One Piece. I've just started it off, so I'm sure with over 1,000 episodes of the Animator Watch, I'll get to this fellow at some point. But that is a hell of a design for an action figure. That does look very nice indeed. Lots of Toddy stuff to cover. And we'll probably start there, shall we? Let's go for a Toddy segment, and let's go into Mortal Kombat here, because Britannia is showing what is going up to the Walmart Collector-Con next week then. Todd's going deep, as he would, and we're getting some Player 2 versions and some 2-packs. So we've got Blue Liu Kang, which is kind of the, when you do Liu Kang versus Liu Kang, the other Liu Kang is in blue. So not a colour I particularly recognise when it comes to Liu Kang. Wasn't one of the characters I played a lot in the games. I didn't often see the Player 2 version, but you got him in the blue there. But what I'm more interested in is Reptile. So one of my favourite ninjas, if not my... No, Sub-Zero is my favourite ninja, but a close second, and let's say, is Reptile. And with the 2-pack, Todd gives you accessories. So I do have all of Wave 1, but the accessories are only in the 2-pack. So Todd's gonna Todd. It is what it is, I think, at this point. But yeah, you're going to get yourself a reptile. So you've got the half invisible legs. He's using his invisibility powers. You've got his acid effects, and you've got the interchangeable reptile head. So it is a pretty cool reptile figure for a man that does love his Mortal Kombat. So I will definitely be in on all of these as long as they come to the UK. Again, the skinny arms. Wait till you get my good friend Adam Batman around talking about skinny arms. He'll love these when we cover these for our New York coverage, as I'm sure Todd will show more at New York Comic Con. But yeah, you've got the invisibility effect starting to happen, and I think I'll be putting the reptile head itself on the other version of reptile. And you do get the base, of course, with this one as well. And then you've got Raiden there. So Raiden will be part of Wave 2 in his regular blue look. So just regular blue Raiden will be going up, and regular reptile. So I could have just passed on this, but because the other one's got the translucent legs, then I can't pass on a standard version. So Todd's got me for 2. He knows what he's doing by this point, doesn't he? He just likes to suck me in to any line going. So regular reptile, regular Raiden are in Wave 2. And there is also another 2-pack as well, which I don't think Turnier has here, but they do have it here over on TNI and Choi News. So shout out JC, we're just popping over here for a look at McFarlane, but there's going to be another 2-pack. Bloody Scorpion with Skull and Raiden, of course, and again his like alternate outfit of the red. So you've got Raiden in red, and you're going to finally get some lightning effects that you're not going to get with the regular version. And we've got Scorpion as well. It looks like you've got a mask to rip off so you can reveal the skull head, put that on, but you should have a flame effect that he hasn't given you. So a mixed bag, probably one I could pass on, but I'm not. I think I'm going to go literally all in. When all in, I mean probably all in on this McFarlane Mortal Kombat line. Let's hope Todd gives us all of the characters. So that is that one. So we head back over here to the McFarlane section on TNI. I'm sure there is some more stuff to talk about. Because what have I seen today? So we do have one of these new cover editions. So we have the Green Lantern, the Emerald Twilight cover there. I'm assuming it is Hal Jordan by the looks of it. Not one I've actually read. Fantastic. That image is working a treat. Quite the comic, because he does have the green light on his face. It looks a bit weird when it comes to action figure form. I do like the fact you've got from the cover all of his Green Lantern rings on as well. So probably one I can skip when it comes to that. As of course, if you don't know, you haven't seen the last few videos, go back a few. There's about 4 in a row on DC Multiverse, because I've gone a bit deep on Todd and gone back in for the 5th time. So one I can pass on is a Jokerized Superman. I'm not even going to bother looking at that. Like, that's a very, very weird one. If you're in to the animated line, then there is Man-Bat if you missed out on the original. That's definitely a darker skin tone than the original one I have had there for that line. These have started to come out already. Again, coverage on the channel. My full Batman Returns thoughts, but this is our first look at the actual figures. They've started leaking out into stores. They look pretty good, as I thought they were going to. So you can probably cut that out. It's a nice little backdrop if you try and recreate that. A bit of side eye going on potentially on that Batman there, because I'm sure paint apps will vary. His eye's looking up a little bit weird there. What else we got in these images? Where's Catwoman? How are you going to look on a nice close up? Oh, she looks nice, doesn't she? She looks very nice. And Michelle Pfeiffer looking very nice as Catwoman indeed. And I think there's some of Max Schreck and maybe the Penguin. I'm sure I've seen someone like that. There is the Danny DeVito Penguin. Yeah, nice bit of shading when it comes to the face as well. You've got your coat. Hope that tie doesn't mark the coat too much and actually comes out. That looks quite tight in the packaging. But yeah, these are all on pre-order. They're pretty much sold out all across the UK when it does come to these ones there. So yes, hope you've got your pre-order in if you're after it, and Max Schreck as well. Yeah, a pretty good Christopher Walken when it comes to McFarlane. Now here is something I am excited about. All 3 figures on this screen. I am in for all 3 figures on this screen. So there is John Cena as Peacemaker. I've just started season 2. My goodness, there's not a lot of clothing in episode 1. It's what I'm going to say. That's as far as I've got so far. But a much, much better likeness to Cena than I've seen on previous McFarlane figures when it comes to Peacemaker. Selection of helmets. Mr. Miracle I do have. About this Rainbow Batman. So I think it's Detective Comics 241. No, it's Batman 241, isn't it? I think is the issue number. When, of course, here dons all the coloured costumes, and I do have a whole basket of all of these in Comic and Cocktails, hoping this was going to be a thing. So I must go and check that out at some point soon, because I'll be getting all the colour variants. If you ever read the issue, Robin, I think like he breaks his arm at the start of the issue helping someone, but I think he does that as Dick Grayson. So to cover Dick Grayson's injury, Batman comes up with this intriguing plan to wear bright, outrageous colours just to distract people. Even a bullseye costume he wears. So, and he gets them all together by the end of the issue in this rainbow outfit that looks fantastic. I think it's a great job from Todd on this one. So this is one I would definitely be picking up. But red platinum in the US. So not quite sure how difficult that would be to get in the US. Used in the UK on these red platinums, okay, because they're like single figures and they will come through. So we got the pink suit of Batman as well. The one, I think that is the last one for all the colours. So yeah, very excited to actually get that. And I know I've seen somewhere online there was a picture of well, there it is. There we go. So here we go. It's more red platinum. So in the Superman and Joker wave, we've got a Saint Cheetah there. So a classic version of Cheetah coming to the Page Punchers line. The comics aren't there because I think she'll have Crisis on Infinite Earth and he will have 0 Hour because he's going to be like the variants to Joker and Superman that did go up for pre-order this week. Again, we've already covered those on the channel. Joker with a hat and Superman again. Stock sold out outrageously quickly on those two. So hopefully you got your orders in. I was I was refreshing the page for hours on props and replicas just until they went up, so I made sure I didn't miss them. So I think that's enough of DC. Multiverse. What else have we got to cover on here? So we're over now on Toy Shiz. Toy Shiz got anything that we haven't covered before we jump and finish on Hot Toys? So the Super Friends wave has literally just gone up for pre-order there. So if you're after your Super Friends, they have gone up, and Hasbro have just dropped the Champion of the Universe and the Star Fox figure. So we have covered that on the channel. But let's finish off the video then with the most expensive part, the bloody Hot Toys, because they've dropped a bucket ton this week, and I kind of want a lot of them. So this is not good. So this is an image from apparently the 23rd of September, it's nearly 10 days ago now. But they announced a Revenge of the Sith Anakin Skywalker that I completely missed because they were doing the artisan edition. So that is the version with like the real sculpted hair, the real like wool hair, and those are very hard exclusives. You just can't get them. So I thought that was the only version they were doing of Anakin. But now they have shown the sculpted hair version, and it's a regular release. And it went up for pre-order last night on Comic and Cocktails. So there goes £300 because that had to be pre-ordered instantly. I'm doing all of Anakin when it comes to my Hot Toys display. I like the Sith eyes. This looks really, really good. What a great likeness, I think, to Hayden Christensen they've done here. Really, really good. So I didn't know that was that. So that was a surprise £300 pre-order yesterday. All these Terminator figures are dropping into stock. Again, they announced a John Wick figure. That's the artisan version, but here is the regular version. Again, this was a few weeks ago. I haven't pre-ordered him. Do like John Wick, so oh dear, see, that's got me itchy. That does look very, very good indeed, or based on the first film. So yeah, getting a bit itchy for that one. But I got really itchy. I got some sort of disease, I'm saying, because they've announced a battle damage endoskeleton from T2. Only thing is, it's die-cast. So because it's die-cast metal, it's bloody expensive. It's nearly £400 they want for this thing. So I haven't pre-ordered yet because I don't know what to do. Just can't pre-order all these Hot Toys because they're being, already not the greatest spender when it comes to action figures. So I can't pre-order everything. But I see him and I'm like, oh my god, that would look good. But this does say battle damage. So you can have the arm that comes off. I'm assuming because this is battle damage, there will be a regular, more shiny version. I think I would like a more shiny version. And maybe a version based on the first Terminator film. So I might hold out for that one and just let this one pass me by. But I have pre-ordered all the other figures from T2, so I would be missing one. So yeah, this looks very, very nice indeed, as Hot Toys likes to do. But we're going to finish off. We're going to finish off on Margot Robbie. Because, like I said, last video on the channel was, I believe, the Todd McFarlane crowdfund for Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad. So clearly DC have got something going on, and they are pushing the Suicide Squad film because Todd's doing the crowdfunder, and suddenly in the same time frame, Hot Toys come out with a pre-order of a brand new 2.0 version of Margot Robbie. Well, I don't know why DC are pushing this film, but they are. and I think it looks fantastic. So this is again the sculpted hair version. It doesn't look as good on the real hair version, but this one looks very nice indeed. So as I said on the previous video, I'm not a massive fan of the film, but it's quite a look for Margot Robbie, and I think I would like her on the shelf. So I thought last night, I spoke to the better half, I spoke to Cheeky Monkey Kiara, and I said, put me off this figure. And we had a little conversation, and she went, well, it is an iconic look, isn't it, dear? I was like, right, okay. And I know she likes Harley Quinn, so it wasn't helpful when I was trying to put myself off pre-ordering it, because I think she kind of talked me into buying it. So Margot Robbie with a brand new medical grade silicone, a new type of body for the female figures, and she got sculpted butt cheeks, people. That's all I can say. Will you see them in these images? They're not in. We've got to zoom in very much there in the middle. You can see the sculpted butt cheeks in, of course, silicone in her little hot pants. So, yeah. That's just makes me sound like a right pervert, doesn't it? But yeah, my goodness, that'd be quite the piece in the toy rooms. This is up for pre-order here in the UK on Comic Cocktails, and I'm very itchy to pull the trigger on this one, and I probably will do. Oh dear, how am I buying all these Harley Quinns from a film I don't even like? Well, I don't know what to say, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know what to say. 25 minutes. I know it'd be a while me talking about toys and trying to catch up, but I think we'll leave it there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As I say, subscribe, hit that like button, and yeah, so until next time, I'll see you on the next video.